Hello and welcome to Dish Shelved with Adam White. This is my first installment and hopefully not my last of Rocket Summer this year. July's Rocket Summer, Michael K. Vaughan's awesome event. Since I'm reading classic science fiction anyway, that it's not too far of a stretch to say I can join up and do a couple videos for Rocket Summer. This one is by A. Bertram Chandler. The book is called To the Galactic Rim, and it's an omnibus edition of the first four novels of the John Grimes saga. And there's four omnibus editions that I think collect everything, even the short stories that he wrote. Two of them were the trade paperback size, and two of them were mass market paperback size. So I have no idea why that distinction was made for the series, but that's the way it is. But I've got all four of them, and I actually meant to show them to you, but I forgot to get them out over here when I started this. So, uh, awesome cover. I don't know what it has to do with the book yet, but there's three more novels in it I haven't read yet. So I've only read the first one, which is called The Road to the Rim, and it's about a young cadet, not a cadet, but he's just graduated as a space merchant type person, and uh, he gets his first berth on a starship. Now, this may sound kind of familiar because several videos back, I talked about Judith Merrill's short fiction, and there was one, I believe it was Lady as a Tramp, and I said when I read it, I loved it, and it was about a young, just out of Space Academy uh, guy who got involved with a ship full of um, strange characters that all had unique personalities. And I said it would make a great book. I wish she would have went back and expanded that. Well, this is kind of what would have happened if she would have expanded it, because I mean it bears no resemblance uh, to that Judith Merrill story. I mean, he didn't take anything from it, but it's the same kind of setup, and it does make a really good novel. The first one's fairly short; it's 117 pages, so you can knock it out in no time. And he just gets involved with a spaceship that's not like it's a merchant ship, not a like a naval ship for his position, because and he meets the one female character on the, well, she's not the only female on the ship, but the only female that's actually working on the ship, and she gets him in the right direction for what he's supposed to do on the ship. And they have a great captain, and a big black bearded captain who they sometimes call Blackbeard occasionally, but not towards the end of it. They just kind of drop that. But um, he is Captain Craven, and you'd think with a name like that he'd be a coward, but he's not. He's a really boisterous, uh, big guy that you can really see as a ship's captain. And he's been around for a while, and he knows what he's doing. And the John Grimes is an ensign, and uh, the main female character in it starts referring to him as Admiral, just to kind of knock him down a few pegs, just to mess with him. and everybody starts calling him Admiral by the end, just kind of being funny. But I don't want to say a whole lot more about the story. Once they get going, it takes an interesting turn, and it's just really pulpy sci-fi fun. The first book of this, I think, was in 1967, so it's right towards the end of what we usually do on Rocket Summer. And the other ones were in the 70s, so they kind of are out of it. But this reads just like if you'd found something in the pulps. It's really, really fun. It's the world is gritty and lived in, and uh, you feel like everything is real. Even the ship's what would essentially be a warp drive. I think they call it the Manshine Field or something. I just finished reading it. You think I'd remember a little better than that, but uh, it's all these twisting gyros and strange time distortion that sends them essentially at a faster than light speed. They never call it that, but it it's a really interesting way that they set up how the ships move. They've got different drives for different uh, things. Like they've got a drive for being on planet, they've got a drive for just being in space, and then they've got that hyperdrive type field. That is a very strange thing, and some strange things happen because of it too. One fairly gruesome thing, and but again, I don't want to get into it a whole lot because uh, it's just a rip roaring adventure. It's a lot of fun. It starts out right in the middle of the action, gets you right into it, and it's just fantastic. I really enjoyed it, and I can't wait to read the other ones. But I've got so much on my TBR, I don't know how I'm going to get to them. But I always read something and then immediately want to read the other ones, but then I don't have anything to talk about on BookTube. So uh, hopefully I'll get to the next ones of these sooner than later. I really enjoyed this one. I really recommend picking it up. As far as I know, they're not available on Kindle, but you can get the paperbacks still fairly cheap. I also, as a little something different, wanted to talk about Ray Bradbury's stories. Uh, just one in particular for Rocket Summer. It's called The Rocket. It's the second story in this volume of 100 of his most celebrated tales. And I like the way on the Bradbury there where they put Ray in white letters and then Bradbury, the rest of Bradbury in blue. They even do that on the inside of the book. Um, Up at the top, they use a lighter gray for the R, A, and Y. So I thought that was a really fun little touch to the book. But anyway, the story called The Rocket in here is a fairly short story, and it has uh, it seems to me like it could have been a Pixar movie back before Disney ruined Pixar movies. Uh, it had a father. Um, what was his name? Uh, Fiorello Bodoni. Fiorello Bodoni. And he has 4 or 5 kids, I think 5, and a wife who's pregnant with another one, and he runs a junkyard. And he comes into an extra bit of cash and has to decide who in his family, one person could take a round trip to Mars on a rocket, and everybody in his family wants to go to space. So they come up with a way to decide who gets to go, and then no one wants to go because they want to offer it to somebody else in the family. And I mean, it's a heartwarming tale. And the father decides to do something way out of the ordinary to help make all his family's dreams come true. And he does it in a very interesting way. And I don't want to say anything about it because it's a very short story. But like I said, it's really heartfelt, really fun little story. And it shows you the lengths that a dad will go to make his children and family happy. And I thought it was a really great story uh, to mention for Rocket Summer. So I thought I'd throw that in here. I'm going to be doing some more videos on short stories, and this will pop up again, I'm certain. And anyway, main thing today, Bertram Chandler. It was The Road to the Rim was the first one. This one has the verse 4. And awesome story. I really loved it. Really loved the book. I hope you'll check it out. So thanks for hanging out with me. Have a great rocket summer, and I will catch you hopefully sooner than later.